throw in just the Scarlet Violet and Detective Pikachu too.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu. We both forgot about that.
None of that got dates, so I'm expecting a Pokemon Presents in the next, month or two to kind of cement that stuff. Or well, Detective Pikachu 2 did, but not the Scarlet Violet DLC. I know people love to hate on the Pokemon stuff. Scarlet and Violet is still one of my favorite Switch games. That Area Zero content at the end of the game I thought was one of the best things Nintendo has done in recent memory, and so I'm very excited for the DLC. I know the performance is like the giant 10-foot thorn in its side, but I do think that I'm surprised that's not a bigger deal. Getting 2 Pokemon announcements in a Direct is kind of a rarity because they usually come Pokemon Presents. But I guess it shows that maybe that's just how strong of a Direct it was. That like Detective Pikachu 2 wasn't even. You remember the pigeon game, Geeb?
I know. Yeah. I don't. What is wrong with me?
No, that was actually what I got excited about too, because I remember they talked about that like in a Presents like years ago.
Yeah,
2019.
And I was like, man, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be really cool. I really want to play that. And then I've just been like, oh, they'll talk about it this time. They'll talk about this. It's been years.
Yeah. This will be our Pokemon section. Okay, that's perfect that I missed that game, and I did intentionally avoid Scarlet and Violet, but that is not because I don't like the game. I'm actually one of the few out there, Zach. I'm with you. One of the few out there. I am one of the few who like fell in love with that game. I binged it. If you can binge a video game, I binged a video game. I played in 2 weeks.
The fastest I've ever beat a Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh, in 2 weeks, I'd never beat a Pokemon. This is my first Pokemon game that I beat. And it made a fan out of me. And we talked about this on the podcast many times, but I'll tell it for you, just for you. Many Pokemon games have come and gone by. I'm like, it's old and tired. I'm a fan. I grew up a 90s kid. I'm a little bit younger than you guys. But I grew up in a TV show, and that was like my thing. And I've always been stuck to like the original Pokemon are my thing. And once they started moving into Gen 2, even Gen 3, more, I think Gen 4 is when I really stepped out. Like as like a Pokemon fan, I never was a fan of the games. Just never played them. But as far as the TV show is concerned, I tuned out after Saturday morning cartoons was like, okay, I'm too old for that. And that's when I tuned out. But I've always waited since I've been a gaming fan and a Pokemon franchise fan, not the games with franchise. I've been waiting to bring. We said this many times on the podcast trip. Make it an open world Pokemon game. I want to run around with my little body, throwing Pokeballs with no borders. Let me have it. And Arceus was a big favorite of mine as well. And it was a lot of aspects of that I wished that they had put into Scarlet and Violet. And when we got Scarlet and Violet, that was the most disappointing thing, was to see a lot of subtractions from Arceus to Scarlet and Violet. However, it did not hurt my experience. And all this to say, the DLC, which was announced, actually was already announced a while ago, and it just kind of showed us more. I'm tuned out, man. I told you I binged it. I told you it made me a Pokemon fan. I'm looking forward to the next Pokemon game. I've tuned out. The performance issues got the best of me. My money is where my mouth is, man. I put 110 hours in 2 weeks. How many hours in a week are there? I don't know. That's a lot of hours. It's more than a full-time job I put into that game in 2 weeks.
That's
okay,
insane.
man. It's insane.
Man,
I mean,
that.
yeah, I think I'm lying a little bit. I think that was 4 months, not 2 months. But I played like 80 hours in 2 weeks. I think that literally was what it translated to. And then 4 months or a month, whatever. That's not the point. I played the game a lot. I feel like I'm justified to say what I'm going to say here. The DLC, I'm turned off, man. You said Nintendo Pokemon Company, you said you're going to put some performance patches out there. We on this podcast, we've gone over the performance patches multiple times. I'm sorry, the patches. And very rarely did they have performance in them, if at all. And it deflated me. It's deflated me. And the DLC is just like, now you want 35 more of my dollars? I already bought the game 3 times. I got it digitally, Violet, and I got the Japanese copy double pack because it's beautiful. I am not giving you $35 more until I can play the game without just with all the issues, without the issues. I don't need to do this again.
My question to you and to everybody that takes such supreme issue with it is what other games are you playing on Switch that run so beautifully and look so gorgeous and have 60?
Breath of the Wild. Not 60. Yeah. No, Zach, you're misunderstanding me. I don't need it to be more than what it is. I need it to be acceptable. The performance needs to be.
You don't think it's acceptable?
No, it's not. It's not, dude. Sorry.
Right.
And I played the game, and I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, it sucks. RGT. I played the game. All right. And it's really good. I love the game. I gave it a really good score. Like I reviewed it very well, and I enjoyed it. The story, I don't cry at movies or games or anything like that. I cry at real life stuff. I don't cry at video games. No offense to anybody who does. I'll judge you.
Whatever, dude.
But like I loved it. The ending was cry worthy. It was cry worthy. It was great. I love the game. It's not acceptable. It's unacceptable to have the game, especially at this point, still be at a laughable performance. And I am not one of those people putting it, I don't need it to be at a crazy high bar. I need it to be at the bar. And the bar is just steady. It doesn't have to be a solid 30, just steady. Don't dip into the teens all the time. Don't glitch out all the time. Stop with the shadow glitches. The textures are lazy because they're copy and paste textures. It was rushed and lazy. And at this point, after you said you were going to fix the performance, you didn't. Now you want $35 more. F you, Nintendo.
That's the big issue. Right there, no, the fact that they're saying we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it, and what are we? How long has it been since the game's come out?
Since November, so yeah, 7-8 months. Yeah.
That's my great issue with it. I put my heart into the game, man. I put my money in it too. Well, and you said you'd fix it, and you did.
You know when you can buy it again? You can buy the DLC when the Switch 2 comes out, and then they say like, "Oh, we got this patch."
Well, that's what I said.
Nice.
I said, whenever they fix it, I'll buy it. I'll play it when it's fixed. I'm still waiting. I'll buy it when it's fixed. It's fine. Yeah. I watch people play it online, and I'm just like, that's gonna get on my nerves at some point. Just I've watched him play it streaming, and I'm like, It's just getting on my nerves watching it do that constantly. Yeah. Like you get on the little bike and you're just, I don't know. It drives me nuts. That drives me nuts. And I'm not a frame rate person at all. Half the time I don't even notice it's happening. If like frame rate drops, I'm
That's
so
me.
into what I'm doing.
I feel like my eyes are just not calibrated to pick that up as well.
Yeah.
Which,
like, one of the games, Hyrule Warriors. Age of Calamity. Once you get to the end of that game, it is just like, whoa, what is happening? I don't. We got like 4 frames a second. I can't even. Just wait. Hold on. Okay, there's something. That one was really bad. But yeah, I normally don't even notice it. But I mean, I noticed it on his stream. I was just like, I'm just gonna listen to the stream. I think for a little while.
It's like I'm a disappointed parent is all. Like that's the vibe I'm trying to give. I'm not like an angry, townsman. I'm more just like a disappointed parent. Like, where was the fix? You said you get your grades up, and you didn't get your grades up. I gave you the toys. I took you to soccer practice, and you did not get your grades up, not even by a point. So you're grounded. That's where I'm at.
Geeb's grounding Pokemon. That's where
I am. Fine. Detective Pikachu. We already talked about it. I just want to say that my piece on this. I'm not going to yell about performance. I will say this: they're going to try to sell that for $60. Got to be joking. Okay,
they are.
You got to be. You got to be kidding me because
1,000%.
I don't want to be like the negative Pokemon guy because
it did look a little rough. I noticed it when I was watching it live. I didn't say anything, but it did look a touch rough. I mean,
like, where's the texture? Where are the shadows? People were comparing it to Scarlet and Violet, and I was like, no, man, Scarlet and Violet's better than that. This looks like a 3DS game. This looked like Luigi's Mansion, the 3DS game that they showed. Like the same level.
Pikachu was a
3DS game.
Yeah. So is this a 3DS game that they just were like, shh, this is going to put this on Switch, just shh. And then like didn't make it take advantage of the Switch at all, and just I don't know, man. That's did that
get a date? Or did
it's October. No, it's November 3rd. No, that's WarioWare. I'm sorry. It's October.
Yeah. It's this year. It's sometime.
It's this year? Okay. Fall. I didn't know if it was
October
one of the 2024 ones or not.
Yeah, it's October.
I was going to say, well, maybe it's just early. No.
I think the Pokemon Company just does not have. They don't have the technical prowess to make this stuff happen. Like,
not yet.
For better or worse, they just don't. I don't know why.
I'm disappointed.
Maybe in a few. I mean, maybe in a few years. I mean,
it's October 6th, by the way.
Okay, October 6th. Lots of October games.
October is crazy. Even like if you take into account the other consoles, you got Spider-Man, Alan Wake 2. There's just a ton of stuff.
Oh yeah, dude, Spider-Man. I can't wait for Spider-Man.